Now for the zipper fly, we need 2 pieces of fabric. We need a rectangular piece that is folded over, and then we need a piece that is kind of rectangular but has a curve on one end. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and create right now. In terms of length, I typically go for about maybe 8 to 9 inches for the length. For the width, I usually go anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches. For this, I'm going to go for 3 inches just because by the time I'm serging it or overlocking it, I'm going to trim off just a little bit out of that width that we have. So I'm just going to fold over my fabric, make sure I have up to 9 inches in terms of length, and I do. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this up and cut it out. With this piece done, we're going to go ahead and cut out the next piece, and it's going to be the same length with this one, and in terms of width, it's going to be 2.5 inches instead. So I have my fabric, and this piece isn't folded over, so I have my fabric and I'm just going to mark my 2.5. And then we already kind of have that rectangle, so at this corner I'm just going to manually create a curve, but if you have a French curve set, it definitely comes in handy here. It's kind of hard to do this on fabric, but so here's what those 2 pieces look like. I'm going to go ahead and put these aside with the waistband piece. I also have my waistband and the 2 pieces for the zipper fly. So this point is where my interfacing comes into play. So I'm going to apply interfacing to these 2 pieces and press them. I'm going to just press this one flat, and I'm going to press this one as it's closed like this. And we are done with these 3 pieces. So we have the waistband and the 2 pieces for the zipper fly. So we have this one with the interfacing on the back, and this one that I have folded over here. And I just wanted to show you, I also folded in half an inch at this part, which is going to be the bottom part of this piece. So now all of our pieces are prepped and ready to go. All right, now we're getting into sewing. So I have the fronts of my pants for the 2 legs, and I have all of the pieces including my zipper for what we're about to do. So I'm going to take this piece that is shaped like this, and I'm going to place it on the left side of my pants. So as you can see, I have my interfacing on this side, so that when I place it on the left side of the pants, I have the straight parts lining up with the crotch area right here. So I'm going to place it like this, and then I'm just going to sew it down with a straight stitch all the way, and then I will flip it onto the other side. So let's go ahead and attach this piece. Here's what that looks like. So I've attached this piece, as you can see, and I went ahead and pressed it with my iron as well, so it's nice and flat, and this is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like, and this part is a little folded up right now, but it'll be fine. Anyway, now that we've attached that part, I'm going to top stitch right on the edge of this inner piece right here. I'm just going to top stitch all the way from one end to the other. I don't know, should I? Actually, yeah, I would top stitch all the way on that side. All right, and for these 2 pieces here, I've laid my zipper on top, and this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this piece, or these 2, onto this part, and I'm just going to be kind of like what I did with this. I'm just going to be placing it like this, and then sewing from top to bottom, making sure that my stitch is catching both this piece, my zipper, and the leg of the pants as well. So I'm going to secure these pieces together and do my top stitching on this side. And here's what we're looking like right now. So I went ahead and did the top stitching on this side, and here I have attached that one side of the zipper and this flap. So this is what it looks like. And I also just wanted to show you for some more clarity. You can see here in the seam allowance where I joined these pieces to the pants. For the pants, I sew right, like so close to the edge, as you can see right here, really close to the edge, like just behind the overlocking stitch, like this. And on this other side, I have just about half an inch of sewing allowance. So there was more sewing allowance taken in from the pants on this side where we have this shape than there was on this side, and that's because the side with the zipper is usually, I don't know how to describe it, but if you look properly at what your zipper fly looks like, this part is usually like underneath this part, and so that tiny bit of difference in that sewing allowance really helps to make sure that the zipper is completely overlapped by this other piece right here. I hope that made sense. So yeah, now that we have done that, the next thing that we're going to do is to start joining the crotch together. So I'm going to lay one side on the other side, it doesn't matter which side. Main thing is we're joining the crotch together on these 2 front pieces. So just going to lay them together and start at this point and start to sew upwards like this. And you also want to make sure you sew a little bit into where you have this, right? So instead of just stopping like here, you need to go maybe about an inch or an inch and a half further up from where this piece ends. So I'm going to go ahead and sew and probably stop somewhere around here. All right, now it's actually really coming together. So after joining the crotch and laying it down, this is what it looks like. It's looking really good. And as you can see, when I was talking about the sewing allowance and the fact that this part needs to be further inside so that the zipper can be hidden, this is what I mean. So now when it's laid flat, you can't see the zipper at all. So that little difference in the sewing allowance really makes an impact. So now that we've attached this side of the zipper, I'm actually going to go ahead and top stitch here as well, and then we'll proceed to finally close it up and attach this side of the zipper, this other side, to this part. But first of all, top stitching is done, and so now we're going to go ahead and finish this up. So I have my pins here with me, and what I'm going to do is, as it's laid here like this, and this part, I don't know, I find it a bit tricky sometimes, but as I have it laid out like this, I'm going to go ahead and pin, okay, I think first of all I need to do up the zipper, right? So now I'm going to carefully pin the zipper to this part of my flap, basically. It's kind of difficult to just explain, so let me show you what I'm going to be doing. So here's what, so as you just saw me do, I pinned my zipper to this flap right here, and I was careful to make sure I wasn't pinning this other piece, because all you want to capture is this side of the pants with this specific flap, this one, and then the zipper, but not this one, right? So I've pinned it down, and what I'm going to do is take it to my sewing machine and catch this flap and my zipper, and I'm going to start sewing from up here, and I'm going to come down and then make a curve just at this point right here where my two pieces meet. So you're very familiar with that shape that you see in front of your zipper fly. So straight down like this and then create a curve. If it helps, you can maybe use a chalk or what's it called, like any of those pens that you can sort of iron off from clothes, and just like to create that curve so it's easier for you to just follow. I think I would just try freehanding. That's what I usually do anyway. So that is basically the last step in terms of installing a zipper fly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you the finished look. And here's what our zipper fly looks like, all done and nicely installed. Looks good. Also forgot to mention, when you're doing this curved part, just this part at the bottom of the whole thing, when you're attaching it, make sure to flip back, because initially we didn't sew this back flap, but when you get to that curved area, you can flip it back so that you can also catch this flap, so that the whole bottom is closed and everything is nice and secure. And that is basically the last step. With that, we have our zipper fly installed and it looks good. Really happy with this. So I'm going to proceed with the rest of these pants.